If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 59 of the Liverpool Career Mode here on FIFA 15. We start with the home game against Monaco in the Europa League. Of course, after the first leg, we drew 1-1 away from home in France, so we have the away goal to our advantage. As you can see, Everton are 2-0 up in their tie. Sevilla were 2-1 up in their tie as well. Actually, I think Everton might have been 2-0 as I glanced at it. But as you can see, we're starting Daniel Sturridge up top. Bit of a rotation side. There are a few players who wouldn't necessarily expect to be in my starting lineup, like Fernando and Heung-min Son, etc. Although those rotation players are definitely good enough to be able to do the job for us in a tie like this. Obviously, Monaco played very well against us actually in that first leg, and we've actually had some really tough ties in Europe. We were kind of comfortable against Benfica, but Fenerbahce really pushed me close, and they were very, very difficult to play against, as were Monaco in the first leg. Hence why we only came away with a 1-1 draw and not a convincing victory, despite the fact that you might expect Monaco to be a weaker side. But obviously, as Arsenal found out in the Champions League a few days ago, Monaco aren't that easy a pushover, and we're hopefully, though, going to be able to put in a better performance, or at least get a better result at home than we were away from home. But Isco gets in behind it, brings it down beautifully, and it's a good finish as well. After Daniel Sturridge's first chance in the game was well saved by Subasic, we get the leading goal to go 2-1 in front on aggregate, 1-0 on the night after just 8 or 9 minutes. And we're actually continuing our attack. We were very, very dominant in this opening first half. Heung-min Son turning inside. He's got a 5-star weak foot, so didn't have any problems whatsoever trying to take that shot with his right. But unfortunately, it just slid the wrong side of the post, and we stayed just with the scoreline at 1-0. And obviously that's a rather dangerous scoreline, because if they score, then we'll go to extra time. If they score twice, I need 3. So we really need to make sure that if we can get a second goal, which we did, thankfully through Daniel Sturridge. They're using his pace to race away. Not really too sure why he did the apology celebration, because that's probably the goal that's going to send us through to the next round of the Cup, but still. Delighted to be 2-0 up as we head into the second half. Sturridge again involved here, obviously playing it across to Isco. Isco into Douglas Costa. So much space on that far side for him to be able to get in behind the defender. Not really too sure where their left back went, to be completely honest. But it was a lucky finish, perhaps. He had so much space and time that perhaps I took too long on it. But Subasic did get an arm to it, but he only butted it down into the floor rather than away from goal. So fortunately for me, that means it's 3-0 on the night, and we definitely are pretty much going through to the next round. 4-1 on aggregate now. Obviously, Monaco, if they do get 3 goals, will actually go through in away goals. But thankfully, Stéphane Ruffier was on hand to make decent saves when we needed him to. And they actually brought on Kondogbia here, as you can see, for Jeremy Toulon. Of course, Kondogbia is the guy that scored that deflected effort against Arsenal last week. But Sturridge breaks through here, and another top save by Subasic means that we can't make it 4-0, but we do stay 3-0 and 4-1. And, of course, that means we're going through to the next round of the Europa League. Delighted to do so. And we'll find out in due course, who we'll be facing in the next round. I think we're into the semi-finals now, so maybe a European trophy is on the cards. We'll have to wait and see. We've got Watford away from home in the Barclays Premier League next. And of course, in yesterday's episodes, we kind of rubber stamped ourselves as title favourites. As you can see, 4 points clear at the top of the table with 2 games in hand on Man United. 6 points clear of Tottenham with only the 1 game in hand, but still, it could really, really get away from everybody else should we be able to pick up a victory here against Watford. They've got Robles in goal, Troy Deeney up top alongside Igalo. So a lot of pace and strength up top. Abdi sat just behind them. But Watford are a side that have just come up from the Championship. Obviously, we are a side that are top of the Barclays Premier League. We should be winning this and winning this well. So we'll try and continue the run of form we've got right now. With the big win over Monaco, can we get a big win over Watford at Vicarage Road? We'll have to wait and see. Mattia Perrin starting in goal, of course, because Stéphane Ruffier started the previous game. Eduardo Vargas has obviously been one of our best goal scorers this year, and he's heavily involved at the beginning of this game as well. Gundogan just trying to find a bit of space, does get the shot away, but Robles makes a good save down low to his left-hand side to bat it away to make sure we currently stay at 0-0. But Jordan Henderson gets it out wide to Hesse. Lovely ball into Eduardo Vargas. His dribbling feet are too much for most defences to handle, let alone Watford's. But Joel Robles, again, makes a good saving goal. So we stay at 0-0. But it's back to Sterling. This time we beat the keeper, but it hits the post. Beats the keeper going back the other way, but the defender gets there first. So we still stay at 0-0. We could quite possibly be 3-0 up already inside the opening 20 minutes. They give the ball away cheaply there, and we're going to catch them on the counter-attack. Vargas just played onside, in behind, one-on-one. No, another save by Robles. Incredible goalkeeping performance here so far in this first half, and that meant we headed into the second half with the scoreline still goalless. Not really too sure how, but if the goalkeeper was going to continue to make saves like that, I really was going to become quite annoyed. Eduardo Vargas in again with another good save by Robles means that we stay at 0-0 on 50 minutes. They made a change, and I made a couple of changes as well myself with 15 minutes to go. As you can see, Stevie G and Emre Can coming on to try and give us the victory if we could possibly get it, but nothing else happened. A 0-0 draw against Watford away from home, when a win really would have helped us secure the Barclays Premier League title. You can see how dominant we were. 13 shots, 5 on target. They had 1 shot, but credit to the goalkeeper, fantastic performance from him, and we'll have to pick ourselves up and travel away from home to Old Trafford next and try and come away with a better result this time around. Obviously, Man United are our main title rivals. They're currently 5 points behind us, despite the fact that we have a game in hand. But if they were to win this, of course, they would only be 2 points behind us with us having a game in hand. So if we can win it, then and win our game in hand, then surely that would be Barclays Premier League title round up. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. They're starting Wayne Rooney and Nick Powell up top, because last time we played Man United in the FA Cup, they played James Wilson and Nick Powell up top, both of which were on about 60% fitness, and we were able to come away with a victory in the end, thanks to a very, very late goal from Eduardo Vargas. Obviously, Angel Di Maria put them 1-0 up in that tie just before half-time, after we'd been quite dominant, actually, so I was hoping to perhaps be just as dominant this time around, although we are away from home as opposed to the game at Anfield in the FA Cup. They're going to have the first chance. Rafael whips that cross in. No idea how he managed to keep it in. It looked as if it was already over the line by the time he crossed it in, but fortunately for me, Wayne Rooney's header was well off target. But Isco's going to play a gorgeous ball over the top for Douglas Costa here. Brings it down really well. Completely schools Phil Jones. Gets past one defender. Then a Ronaldo top inside the next two. Surely just a case of finessing it into the bottom corner. But David De Gea comes up with a top save. Obviously in fantastic form in real life for Man United right now. Preventing oppositions from scoring plenty of goals, and keeping many a clean sheet, no less so than he did literally 2 days ago for Man United against Ajax. What am I even talking about? Against Newcastle. But a great save there against Alexandro. That's probably where the Ajax came from. Alexandro with a great left-footed shot. But they're going to have a free kick as we head towards stoppage time at the end of the first half. And they hit the inside the post. It drops free, and I absolutely panicked there. Ruffier gets the rebound. Fortunately, dives at the feet of the onrushing attacker, and we stay at 0-0 into the second half. But that really could have been 1-0 Man United. But Marquisio dinks the ball over. Heung-min Son, not the best of defensive clearances, really. Marquisio with the shot, but it goes wide. Actually, I think the goalkeeper may have gotten a good palm to that, but nothing came with the resulting corner. Juan Mata, though, breaking us on the counter-attack. Here's Rafael, trying to not dive into the challenge initially, because you see the run of the man inside, who now is found Juan Mata. A couple of options in the box for him to find, one of which is Wayne Rooney, and he finds the back of the net. So after not necessarily dominating the game so far, but having probably the better chances, we find ourselves 1-0 down as we go 15 minutes from time. So I need to get a goal. We can't afford to lose this game to Manchester United, otherwise our lead at the top of the table is going to be dramatically diminished. But Douglas Costa gets his head up to that, but he and Daniel Sturridge kind of get in each other's way there. So I made a couple of changes. Isco and Emre Can going off for Fernando and Jesse Rodriguez, trying to add a little bit more spark with Jesse out wide, some fresh legs out wide and in the middle, and we were hoping to be able to get ourselves an equaliser. Heung-min Son gets caught on the edge of the box there, nothing given, he stays down injured but will get back up. Schneidlin with the shot, good save by David De Gea though, and they hook it clear, and unfortunately that's going to be the end of the game. We do lose 1-0 to Manchester United, so a game that we didn't deserve to lose follows a game where we really deserved to win and only got a point, so we should have got perhaps 4 or 6 points from those 2 games. We only came away with 1, so the gap at the top is now 2 points, but we do have that game in hand and can extend it to 5 should we win that. And to be fair, with only a few games left to go, we really need to make sure that we do win that game in hand. But of course, that will come next week. We'll have returned to the Liverpool Career Mode series next Monday, of course. If you don't know what and when I upload, then check the description down below, and there is a schedule in there that shows you what videos I upload and when I upload them. Of course, tonight we'll have a Career Mode Road to Glory episode. Tomorrow we'll have maybe my player or maybe the 50k subscriber special setup video. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do that for Saturday or Sunday. So regardless, there'll be something for you tomorrow afternoon. Of course, I'll be streaming later on tonight as well. So check the links in the description to Twitch and Twitter if you want to follow me over there. But that is all for now. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.